This is TWiT.
Sort of process to both create and publish books. And I can remember a former colleague, Serenity Caldwell, had taken advantage of iBooks Author to create books and sort of was the go-to person for understanding how iBooks Author worked. Well, unfortunately, that is going to be unavailable as of July 1st of 2020, which of course is just around the corner. Now, with that said, a good thing is that the Pages application, which Apple has, developed for quite some time and has made available to folks for free, now will have, or actually it already does have the ability to publish books using the Pages application. So Apple is encouraging folks to use that information with Pages, and an import tool is going to be added soon so that you can use Pages to edit those iBooks Author books. As far as iTunes U, Apple says that publishers should move that content over to Apple Podcasts if it's an audio or video-based course, or to Apple Books if it is a text-based course. So there are places for these things to go, but it does make my heart a little sad because, especially with iTunes U, less so with iBooks Author, it was one of the places that you could go and get some really good courses for free and learn a bunch. And so now it's going to be a little bit more difficult to say, okay, where do I go to find these courses, to find this information now that iTunes U is gone? Bit of a bummer.
Yeah, especially considering if the solution is to move it over into the podcast directory. Now you're dealing with a whole lot of podcasts to cycle through in order to find this. iTunes U launched initially in 2007, so it's been around for quite a while. I remember when it initially launched, people were pretty excited about it. I never used it personally. Never really ducked into that repository, but I definitely have known people who have loved it. So it's good that there's some sort of transitional path, though, that this isn't just we're giving up on, as in the case of iBooks Author, we're giving up on authors and independent creators and stuff. And I'm sorry, there's some sort of a path. Google, with its switch from Google Play Music to YouTube Music, Google Play Music used to and has had a kind of access point for independent musicians to add their music to the libraries and everything and have it distributed and accessible by people. And in the transition to YouTube Music, that's going away entirely. There's no obvious way to do that in YouTube Music, at least right now. So I'm happy that Apple is at least kind of paying attention to this and saying, hey, well, you were able to do this. Yes, we need to get rid of it for whatever reason, but we've created a path for it in another way. So it's still possible.
Yeah. I'm glad that eventually will, be available and that there is a way for people to go about it. But I guess, I will miss you, iTunes U, and I will miss you less, but still miss you to iBooks Author, because
iBooks Author doesn't have to know that you'll miss it less.
That's true. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's really sad right now.
Can you bleep that out for me? The part where I said less? No, I'm kidding. But sayonara to both of you, I guess.